Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're digging into a challenge that, honestly, is a pretty good problem to have, but it's a problem all the same. Your CPA firm is growing. You're landing new clients, the revenue looks great, but behind the scenes it feels like total chaos. So today we're going to break down how you can scale your back office and actually turn those growing pains into real, solid progress. So let me just ask you point blank, does your success feel more chaotic than it does victorious? I mean, you're bringing in new business, which is exactly what you wanted, but is your team stretched to the absolute breaking point? Are they just paddling furiously to keep up with the work you already have, let alone take on more? If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are not alone. It's such a common feeling for firm owners. When you're just putting out fires all day long, that amazing growth you worked so hard for can suddenly feel less like a win and more like a massive headache. And that feeling, that's a classic sign that your foundation just isn't built for the next level. So where is all this chaos coming from? What's the real root of the problem? Well, it almost always comes down to an unscalable back office. The very systems and processes that got you here, the ones that worked perfectly when you were smaller, are now the exact things holding you back. Let's really get into what happens when that engine just can't keep up. When we use the word scalability, it's easy to think it just means getting bigger, more people, more desks. But the real secret is adaptability. A truly scalable back office is one that could literally handle double the workload tomorrow without the entire system just breaking. It's all about building in that flexible capacity from the ground up. So, how do you know if you've got a scalability problem? Let's do a quick gut check. Take a look at this list. Does your firm basically implode every single tax season? Are you completely reliant on one or two heroic but totally exhausted team members to get everything done? And be honest, are you, the owner, still getting dragged into daily tasks that you know you should have delegated ages ago? If any of that hits home, it's probably time for a new game plan. Okay, so when you're feeling that capacity crunch, the first instinct for almost everyone is, we just need to hire more people. But this, my friends, is a classic trap. And more often than not, it ends up creating a whole new set of problems. So let's look at the real, often hidden costs of trying to just hire your way out of this. This slide just lays it out so clearly. The old way, traditional hiring, is slow, it's expensive, and frankly, it's risky. You've got the long recruitment process, the training time, the high cost of salaries and benefits, and then there's the constant risk of a key person burning out or leaving. The new way completely flips the script. Instead of a fixed, expensive headcount, you get capacity on demand. It scales up for busy season and scales right back down when things are quiet. It is all about flexibility. And this brings us right to the heart of the solution. For so many modern firms, strategic outsourcing. And I want to stress the word strategic. This isn't just about saving a few bucks here and there. This is about fundamentally redesigning your firm's engine for flexible, sustainable growth. It's the secret weapon for scaling intelligently. The entire conversation around outsourcing has done a complete 180. Maybe 10 years ago, it was a fringe idea, but today, the most successful, most forward-thinking firms are way past asking if they should do it. The only question they're asking now is, okay, how much of our back office work can we move to this model? And we're not just talking about offloading one little thing. You can outsource a massive range of core accounting services. I'm talking tax prep, monthly bookkeeping, financial statement prep, payroll, even the year-end close. It's really about building a complete support system that runs in the background for your entire firm. And yeah, of course, let's talk about the financial side. This number is it's staggering. Firms that strategically outsource their accounting work to a major talent hub like India can see cost savings in the range of 40 to 60%. Just think about that for a second. That's a huge amount of capital you can pour right back into things that actually grow your firm, like client acquisition or new technology. But it's about so much more than just the cost. People always ask, why India specifically? Well, you're tapping into this massive pool of highly qualified accountants who are already trained on US GAAP and IRS guidelines. Plus, and this is a huge one, the time zone difference creates a 24-hour work cycle. Your US team assigns work at the end of their day, and it's sitting in their inbox, ready for review the next morning. It's like your firm is working while you sleep. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, but what about my clients? What about my brand? I've worked for years to build those relationships. It's a huge, valid concern. So how do you get all this extra capacity behind the scenes without your clients ever knowing anything changed? The answer is something called a white label model. Let's be crystal clear on what white label really means. It means an expert team does all the technical work, the bookkeeping, the tax prep, completely and totally under your brand name. Your firm is the one and only name your client ever sees. Every email, every report, all of it comes from you. You maintain 100% of that client relationship and control. And the workflow itself is incredibly simple and smooth. You assign the work just like you would to an employee down the hall. The white label team gets it done and sends it back to you for your final quality review. Then you deliver that polished final product to your client. It just slots right into your existing process, boosting your capacity without causing any disruption. Now, to make this model absolutely sing, you need the right internal structure. And this isn't about replacing your team, it's about elevating them. Your controller, for example, can stop worrying about the day-to-day grind and focus on high-level strategy and review. And your accounting manager becomes the key quarterback, managing the flow of work. They're the critical bridge between your firm and your outsource team. So let's bring this all home. When you combine smart, strategic outsourcing with a clear internal structure, you finally get to reframe growth as what it was always supposed to be, an exciting opportunity, not a source of stress and burnout. You can actually build a firm that is ready for whatever comes next. And this really is the ultimate takeaway. Scaling your firm is not about doubling your headcount or doubling your rent. It's about building smarter systems. It's about leveraging on-demand capacity. It's about being more efficient, not just bigger. I want to leave you with this thought because it just gets right to the heart of it all. You cannot hustle your way to a truly scalable firm. It's just not sustainable. Real, lasting growth is built on a foundation of smart, strategic, and intentional delegation. It really is about working smarter, not just harder. And so I'll just leave you with this final question to think about. When you really look at your team, your systems, and your current capacity, is your firm truly built for what's next? Thanks so much for tuning in.